Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
What's good, y'all? What's the word? What's going on? How everybody doing out there? Y'all already know what it is, man. We are back again, and it's time for the Tuesday banger. That's a lot, y'all. It's time for the Tuesday banger, man. It's time for the Tuesday banger, y'all. That's a lot, and I got one. I keep a banger at all times. But like I always say before I start these videos off, I have no problem delivering this content to everybody that's out there working hard, working a 9 to 5. Everybody that's out there with their own business, getting to that bag the legit way. I make sure y'all got something to watch in the mornings, man. I promise y'all there's no problem on my end. I also have no problem making sure I'm warning y'all and telling y'all about how dangerous prison is. I only ask for one thing in the process. That's for y'all to just stay out the way, man. Like, I tell everybody to stay out the way, man, because I went through something as a young person, man, that, you know, I will never forget. I can't get that time back when I got locked up, man. Like, I tell y'all to stay out the way, man, because a lot of y'all ain't did prison time yet. A lot of y'all just been getting smacked on the wrist. A lot of y'all ain't really did that big boy time, man. I'm talking about the dudes and the people that's out here wilding out, man. A lot of y'all haven't done that big boy time yet, man. And like, I'm coming to y'all right now today and letting y'all know that you don't want to go through that, man. Like, when you get locked up for a big amount of time, man, and like, it takes your confidence away as a man. I mean, of course, this is the circumstances. You have to deal with it. You gotta toughen up. You gotta man up. But when you first get it, man, it takes away everything. Like, if you feel like you're lifeless because you're no longer a part of the world no more. You're about to be part of a world that's behind bars, the underworld. You about to be in there with the shake, rattle, and rollers, the maniacs, the terminators, and God knows who else, man. That's what's waiting for you, man, once you get that time, man. So, like, everybody that be out here wilding out, when the judge hit that gavel and give you your time, man, like, I'm just giving you the feeling like I felt like my soul was gone, man. I felt like I was just a freaking visible person, man, just walking around. I felt like I wasn't even a human being after getting 18 years, man. So if you out here wilding out, man, just take my word for it that it's not a good thing to go to jail, man. It's a better thing to stay out here with your family and do the right thing. Get the money the legit way, man. Try to find a job, man. Do whatever you got to do just to remain on the streets. Because if you out here thinking that you just going to get fast money or scam and do this and do all that, you are going to jail. You are going to jail, man. I tell y'all that every video, man. So tighten up if you out there wilding, y'all. Period. But y'all already know what it is, man. This is the Tuesday banger. So let y'all do this one. Like, shut this way. Let's get it. Let's go. But it's time for business. It's time for business, y'all. And the story I got for y'all today is called We Had To Outsmart Him. Part 1. Crazy story, crazy situation. But we are aware, people. We in penitentiary, man, where crazy things happen all the time, man. I'm telling y'all, man, like, a lot of times, man, like, they'll move certain people in the block. And like, these certain individuals, man, they'll come in there with the intent of, I'm trying to take over the block. Now, they might not be saying it like that, or they might not verbally just voice it out to everybody that that's what their plan is. But every day that goes by, you see that this is their mission, man. Like, I don't know why that's their mission. But you have people that come in there and feel like they want to be number one in the pod. Now, when you're number one in the pod, yeah, you got a lot of clout, you got a lot of juice, you can do this, you can do that. But it never ends well, man. So, like, when people come in with these missions, man, like, I don't be understanding, y'all. So, with that being said, though, we on Sussex 2 for this, y'all. We on Sussex 2. And I can remember being in 4D for this one, y'all. We in 4D. And it was crazy because, man, while I was in 4D, man, like, this was my first time ever in 40 building. I done been over there for a little minute now. Like, I got out the hole for my second time going to the hole in 2C, and now I'm over in 4D. And 4D was a perfect block, man. At first, it was a lot of dudes over there I rock with, but they ended up starting getting transferred. A lot of dudes just started to leave. So, like, it wasn't as much Norfolk dudes over there that I really rock with that was still in the block, but it was still a few in there that I dealt with. But 4D was one of those blocks, man, that, everybody was big. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to say that I was in there getting money when I was in 4D. Like, I wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, A couple times I was able to touch a few times, but I wasn't at a point where I was winning when I was in 4D, man. So like everybody was in there just doing them, just bidding, man. And like, you know, I would gamble from time to time. I would play the parlay from time to time. Around this time, I'm using the phone like that. You know, like I would go crazy. Like I would be in there chilling basically, man. Like that would be my day, man. So like everybody else kind of day used to go the same, man. Like it wasn't a lot going on in 4D, man. Of course you had the Richmond dudes, the Tidewater dudes, and the red teams in there. So like it was a lot of people that was in there that was certain people, like, but it wasn't a lot going on as far as violence and a lot of other stuff, man. And like one thing that I did like about the block, man, they had people in there at first, but now it was nobody in there that really was in a cell with somebody shake, rattling, and rolling. Now I didn't know about nobody else that was shake, rattling, and rolling in the cut or in the behind closed doors or when nobody I never know. I'm talking about the ones that didn't care about people like knowing their business. It wasn't nobody in there that did that. So like it was a good block. So the block was good, man. So like every time, y'all, this never fails. Like every time I have been in a block where like, yo, you know what? Like I'm gonna kick my feet up, man, and just chill, man. Like something always get crazy. Like, and that's why they always say, like, if you in prison or jail or whatever the case, you never should get comfortable because anything can happen just like this, man. And like I can remember from just being in the block, this summertime too, y'all. Like in the summertime on Sussex is live. This is around the time where it's like, you know, people be doing their thing. Like even though I'm not touching, it's a lot of other dudes in there that's trying to get to the money. So the building is kind of lit slightly, man. But still though, from time to time, 4 building will go on their droughts because there's one dude that used to get it. He used to be the one that always had the la-la, but he ended up getting transferred. So he was gone. So like now it's just periodically. Now it's just like every now and then with different people, unless we grab from another building. But still, we wasn't tripping because we in 4D, we chilling, like we in a good block. Everybody in there getting along, and that's what it is. Now my roommate, man, he was from the way. I ain't gonna lie, my roommate was from the way. We gonna call him Chris. Now when I was in 4D, I slept in cell 37. You know what I mean? Now beside us in 38 was another cool dude that we rocked with that wasn't from out our way. He wasn't from Norfolk, but he was from Tidewater. But we would kick it with him a lot too. Like we'll match feezies, play dominoes, kick it, switch CDs. Like we would rock with bro, make a meal every now and then. Like, you know, we definitely was rocking with bro. So we gonna call him Jay. Now Jay was a next door neighbor that was cool. Like he ain't really like mess with a lot of people in there. Jay was quiet. Like Jay just tried to like put some money with us, and we like, yo, we trying to put some money together. We can make a move, go grab something from such and such. He was one of those dudes that definitely would be able to chip in. He always paid his own way, and that's why I liked about him. So that's why me and my roommate that rock with him. But as time went on, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you would see us 3 together. Like when you would look up, you would see us 3 chilling, probably playing three on just us 3 on the dominoes. You know, just going at it, playing like cutthroat with the dominoes. So like we used to do stuff like that. We used to mind our business. Man, but like I told y'all, every time stuff be like, is extra smooth, like stuff would get extra crazy. So I can remember this one time, man, when they called me for property. Now, when they call you for property, like it's another amazing feeling when you get called for property. It's better than getting called for commissary because you actually got to go down there and pick your stuff up. You know, you get to get out for a minute. You get to walk the boulevard for a minute, and you coming back whatever from whatever you order. It could be CDs, it could be sweatsuits, it could be sneakers, it could be whatever. Either way, it's a plus to go get something like that. So I go to property, man. Me and like 3 other dudes. My roommate stayed back, and Jay stayed back. So like they didn't go with me to property. So I was gone for a little second. I was gone for about an hour. I was actually lollygagging on the boulevard, talking to a couple of people. You know what I mean? I seen a couple of people. So they was doing property for the other side too. So I seen a couple of dudes I knew from 2 building, kicked it with them for a minute. You know what I mean? So I'm enjoying my time on the boulevard. So I was gone for a little second, not long, 45 minutes or something like that. So when I finally make it back to the building, I get upstairs and I walk in 4D. As I hit the slider, the first slider, like once you're in the first slider, it's a see-through door so you can look right in your pod. So I'm looking right in the pod. As I'm looking right in the pod, y'all, like I just kind of felt like it was something different. Something was off. I didn't know what it was, but it was like something was off. Like, you know what I mean? And like, I get that feeling, but just because I'm a convict, like I know my pod, like the pod just was like, they weren't saying anything because I can't hear nothing, but it was just like, I felt the energy of the pod being off. So the second door opened up, second door opened up, I walk in the jump. As soon as I walk in the jump, I pin my roommate and Jay standing by our door cells, like they standing upstairs by the door on the railing. So I walk in, I pin them, I'm looking, you know what I mean? I'm looking around, I'm like, and I started seeing other people just over here talking, people right here talking as soon as you come in through the door. So I feel the vibe. And something just told me to look left. Now me looking left, I'm looking at tables and I'm looking at the wall phones. It's 5 of them. They right there on the wall. So when I come in and look, I just seen a tall dude, kind of tall. He had like his long sleeve shirt rolled up. Like, you know what I mean? It was rolled up, like he just rolled it up. And he was on the phone, he was like he was just looking around at the block, like, you know what I mean? Like he definitely on point. Like he just looking around. So I'm looking, I see dude, I'm like, so I ain't want to stare, you know what I mean? So I go up the steps. I get up the steps, y'all. I walk over to where my homeboys was at. My son was like, man, they done moved this dude in the block. I'm like, who was that? He was like, man, some dudes that people say they was on Buckingham with, man. I was like, who is it though, man? He was like, man, shh. I think they call him Jamie. We gonna call him Jamie. He was like, man, I think his name Jamie. I was like, Jamie? He was like, yeah. So I'm looking at the dude, kind of slim. You know what I mean? Brown skinned dude. He ain't got no facial hair game. You know what I mean? I looked at his eyebrows. His eyebrows looked a little suspect too. So I said, well, dude, shake, rattle, and roll or something? He was like, yeah, like, you know what I mean? But like, he ain't the dude that like be trying to get dudes to shake, rattle, and roll. Like he liked being like the woman. So I'm like, being like the woman. I look back at this dude, y'all, and I was like, he was on the phone. He was like he just looking at everybody's soul. He like this. He like, yeah. He hang the phone up. He hang the phone up. He gonna walk to the booth, say something to the lady in the booth. The lady opened his door up. He moved in cell 3. Now the cell he moved in, dude wasn't old. I ain't gonna lie, this dude wasn't old. This dude probably like in his 30s. But he didn't say nothing about him coming in the room. Like he ain't buck or nothing. You know, usually if you get a boy to move in your room, dude's gonna buck off the rip, y'all. Like it ain't gonna be a whole lot of friendly activity going on. You can put the CO gonna have to come over there to side of everybody because somebody bucking. Dude didn't buck. So when the CO let the dude Jamie in his cell, he go in the cell. He's staying there for a second. The lady tried to close the door. All you see is a long arm come out. He was like, he caught the door. He was like, he squeezed out the jam. He come out the jump. Blue shirt rolled all the way up. He come out the jump, y'all. He like this. He just looking around. He like. So I see a couple dudes go holler at him. You know what I mean? So I was like, man. I was like, dude, probably all right, though. I was like, at least he ain't one of them old flamboyant maniacs, man. You know what I mean? They were like, man, nah, like dude, kind of like, dude want power. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, he kind of want the power. I'm like, what do you mean he kind of want the power? So this our next door neighbor, Jay, telling us this. I'm like, what do you mean he want the power? He was like, man, I mean that. Like, he want in on everything. I'm like, want in on everything? I'm like, bro, go ahead with that, bro. Like, because I done been in different blocks with dudes that got boys. You know what I mean? And I haven't seen, like, what's going on. Like, dudes that mess with the boys or dudes that beat the boys, they don't be wanting in on everything. They just be wanting in on shake, rattle, and rolling, y'all. So, boom. So this was new to hear this right here. This was a new thing to hear. But you always hear new things all the time. I tell y'all that, man. It's penitentiary. But yet still, though, what he's telling me, like, I'm not really like really going for it. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's tall, looks like a freaking power forward. But at the end of the day, like, I mean, what do you want me to do? You know what I mean? He's in the block with us, so he come in the block. You know what I mean? We go to child. So we go to child. I'm starting to see that he know all the COs. He know all the COs, y'all. I promise y'all, man. He talk to the CO by 3 building. We get up by the gym, make the right to get ready to go by the child hall. We passed the support building. There was COs coming out, going to one building. He knew them. He was talking to them. And his voice was wild. And this is when I really heard his voice, because he was in front of us when we went to the child hall, when we made that right. And the people from the support building came out of the support building and started walking towards where we was going to the child hall. He stopped and they was talking to him. They actually stopped. But y'all know women like gay dudes anyway. Y'all already know the count. Man, we walked by, man, I hear this dude, man, the dude like, yeah, they moved me. Yeah, I was in the hole for a couple months then. Yeah, I was at Buckingham. Yeah, they moved me out there. Then they put me in the hole because they said they want to put me in the right cell. They want to make sure I was in the right pod, in the right cell. So yeah, I'm over here now, girl. I'm looking at him like, this man he did, as I'm walking by, I hear the voice and I hear him smacking his head. I'm like, this dude really think he a woman, y'all, so boom. But he looked like a man, Buddha, that's word, man. Let's do that, look like a whole man. Like, he ain't look like on no flamboyant, none of that. He ain't look like that, I promise y'all. So we ain't paying no mind. We good in the shower, trick about it. We like, yeah, dude, man, you know what I mean? So he coming to jump. So he came in our pod, like, we didn't really see what his hair looked like, you know what I mean? And then when we walked by, and he's smacking his junk like he got tracks in his head or something. Man, when you come in the child hall, you can't wear no hats and you can't wear no do-rags. Man, I promise you, this man came in the child hall. As soon as he come in the junk, CO said, take that off. take it off, take it off. He had one of them do-rags where it was levels to taking that joint off. I promise you. He had a cardboard, you know, the screen, after you put your do-rag on, dudes put a cardboard like right there. Maybe like an old toilet paper roll. They'll put it in the front. Then he'll have one in the back. Man, I promise you, this man had one in the front, one on the side, one on this side, one in the back. He was like, they was like, take that off right now, take it off. He was like, all right, I got you, I got you. He was like, oh, you see the cardboard fall. He was like, cardboard fell that way. He was like, cardboard right there. He caught that one. He was like, he took his hat off. I promise you, he had a slick back, y'all. So boom. Imagine a slick back game with no waves. Now, I promise you, man, for all the dudes my age, he had a Adina Howard. This man had a Adina Howard, man. I need a freak in the morning, a freak in the evening, just for me. That's what he had looked like, man. I promise you. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, yo, this dude got a Adina Howard. I'm like, yo, he wild. He had the slick game. You know what I mean? It looked like he wanted the waves, but he just bucked on the waves and was like, I ain't gonna brush it. I'm just gonna slick it down and throw the do-rag on the jank. So we wilding in the line. We like, yo, this dude wilding. So we get our tray, we eat. They got corn dogs. We eat the junk. You know what I mean? We get up out the junk. You know what I mean? It's time to leave. We leave. We get back to the building. On the way back to the building, he's talking to the sergeants in the watch office. Don't know what that's about. We get back to the pod. We get back to the pod. Now, the whole time in 4D, y'all gotta understand that it's women that work over there. A lot of women. A lot of times, a lot of women that be in the building. So my roommate be down on a certain jump. You know what I mean? He be down on a certain jump where I know he might get the rhythm, you know what I mean? But I ain't got no peer pressure to it because, you know, it's his timing. I ain't gonna rush my roommate. He be talking like he just be kicking it with the jump. So I just let him do him. And if it go down, I already know he gonna call on him. You know what I mean? But my roommate be down on the CO. We're gonna call her Miss COM. Now, Miss COM, she was a cool lady. She was younger. She was beautiful. She had a decent body. She was slightly chubby a little bit, but still her body still filled out right. You know what I mean? But my roommate was down on her top. She used to be cool. Every blue moon, she would work the floor. Never really the booth like that. But my roommate was down on her top. So my roommate used to work the night shift. You know what I mean? She would work the evening shift, and then I would stretch into the night shift. So my roommate used to have the plate where he would always talk to her. When I come out and look, my roommate like this at the booth talking to her. She'd be at the bars, posted up, talking back to my roommate. So this is my word, man. We come back from child, man. We come in the jump, man. The sergeant come in the jump. He came with the list. He came with a list. He was like, yo, this is the new list of all the workers that's coming out on each shift. If you don't supposed to be out on the night shift or the day shift, do not work because you're not going to get paid. And if we find out you're doing it, you can get fined. So he put the joint on the bulletin board. Boom. He put it up there so everybody go look and see who had jobs and all of that. I ain't going to look because I didn't put in for a gig yet. You know what I mean? So I'm looking. Everybody. So they went and looked. Everybody went and looked. As everybody went and looked, now I promise you, man, the dude Jamie walked up. He walked up, he was like, yup, that's the job I had at Buckingham. That's the job I had at Buckingham. So, like, when he said that, like, you know, me, a couple of other dudes, some white dudes that work, a lot of people heard it, but a lot of people couldn't believe their ears. This man been in the pod 24 hours. How does he get a job already, y'all? So, boom. He got it though. He got the gig. The man get the gig. He get the gig. Boom. He got the gig, y'all. So the first time he worked the night shift, you know what I mean? Guess who he talking to the whole night? Talking to Miss M the whole night. I promise you, man, like my roommate came back in to get some ice. But when I had came and looked out the door, I had picked the joint anyway. Man, my roommate came back in to get his cup to get some ice, man. The man walked in. He was like, man, do you freaking know this bootleg he, man, keep talking, man, my baby, man. I ain't get a chance to talk to her about our conversation from yesterday. I was like, man, he still got him on Smash. He was like, man, he still got him on Smash, man. What they talking about? He ain't talking about nothing. He don't want no poo-poo. What he talking to her for? I'm like, shh. Like, I ain't even really know what to tell my roommate, man. I'm like, yo, that's wild right there. So he like, man, that's crazy, man. That's crazy, man. He come in the pod, get a job, now he in my way. I'm like, that's wild right there, man. He was like, man, that's crazy, man. Like for real though, man. Like I don't get it, man. Like I don't get it, man. Like he coming to jump, get a job off the top like that. Like, you know, it sticks out, pause. when somebody would come in and get a job that fast, because it takes a second. You got to have major connections with these cops, with these officers, with these sergeants, with the lieutenants, with the unit manager. You got to have crazy connections to be able to get a job that fast, man. To see that the dude Jamie got a job that quick, man, it was wild, man. So boom, I told my roommate, I said, look, bro, you got to work around that. You got to work around that, bro. Don't let him throw you off track. None of that, whatever the case. He was like, man, I'm saying though, like me and her just kick it like that. Like I ain't, you know, if she route with me, then I'll get her to bring the pack. But I ain't even pushing that agenda at her. You know what I mean? He was like, I just be talking to her. So I'm like, I said, bro, now Grace Jones got that joint now, bro. He was like, man, that's crazy. But he went back out and looked again. He was like, he's still talking to her. But this time he said it loud. That I think that the dude Jamie heard him. You know what I mean? He was like, man, he's still talking. He's still talking. So he got back in the cell a little bit. You know what I mean? He was looking for something. When he stepped back out, he was like, oh, he gone. He started smiling. He was like, oh, he gone. So he jet. Boom, he dipped. I look, he going down the steps. So I come out and look. I'm just standing by the door. You know what I mean? I look. I see the dude Jamie, like he was walking back from like the back area. You know, he in cell 3, so he walked across the pod. So now he see my roommate talking to the CO lady. You know what I mean? Miss M. So he don't say nothing. You know what I mean? He gonna get his ice. You know what I mean? He chill. He don't say nothing. So night was over with. Roommate came back in, that was a wrap. So the next day, man, I promise y'all, man, the next day, we in the pod, we come out for breakfast, it's morning times. Y'all gotta understand, a lot of people do not like to talk in the mornings, man. The mornings is a time in prison that if you're not somebody's best friend, somebody's roommate, or somebody that really cares about, people don't want to talk, man. It's just a prison thing. Ask anybody. People wake up in the morning like this. This how dudes be on standby for child. Your homeboy might be right here. He doing the same thing. He like this. Ain't nobody doing a whole lot of talking in the morning. This word. So we standing like at the edge of the steps, because you know we upstairs. We come down. We on standby for breakfast. Early jump. We on standby. Everybody right there. So we standing right there. It's 3 of us. It's me, my roommate, and Jake. We all right there. So we standing by the steps. My word. I look up. That joint like this. I look up, I just see somebody walking towards us like this. He was like, excuse me. Everybody looked around like, he was like, excuse me. I'm talking to you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. He backed up a little bit because at first it had looked a little aggressive. Now I don't like to fight a shake, roller, and roller, but he was a little close. He was about to get banked right there, y'all. So boom. Back up a little. He was like, look, excuse me. He pointed at my room and he was like, look, one thing about it, I don't like what you like. I like something else. I don't like what you like. Yeah, so don't be trying to yell stuff out, acting like you mad at me because I'm talking to a woman. Yeah, women like me. I can't help that women like being around me. Now, this is a tall dude that's talking like this. So he's looking down at us like, yeah, well, I can't help women like me. It's not my problem that women like me. So you ain't got to do all that. So my roommate face just like that. He like, yeah, so you ain't got to do all that. My roommate a little taller than me. So like, he ain't too much shorter than freaking Grace Jones right now. But I'm telling you, like, his pull up was slight aggressive. It didn't look aggressive, but it felt aggressive. Y'all feel what I'm saying? Like, he was like, look, I ain't got to do none of that. If you want to talk to him, all you have to do is say, excuse me, Jamie, can I talk to him, please? Oh, excuse me, Jamie, can I talk to her, please? And that would have been that. You ain't have to say nothing else, because I ain't like that. So, like, don't be trying to scream out nothing, trying to make it seem like I'm in the way. He started moving his hand like that. He said, don't be trying to scream out nothing and try to act like I'm in the way. Because I was like, I just backed up a little bit because I don't know what my roommate gonna do. My roommate got a quick temper. My roommate was like, nah, man, I ain't got no problem with you, man. I don't know what you heard last night or whatever the case, man. I ain't got no problem with you, man. You know what I mean? I was like, I kind of was happy, man, because if he would have said something else, this junk could have went left game. So I'm just looking at him like, thank God my roommate didn't go the other direction with it. So he was like, oh, all right, okay, all right, everything cool. Man, everything cool. Yeah, everything's cool. So that's just what it is. So we stormed out. So they was like, exit out for child. So he just walk away. You know what I mean? So he walk away, he get a little ahead of us. When he get a little ahead of us, my roommate was like, can you believe, man, the boy just pulled up on me, man? I was like, I thought you was about to rock off on his ass. So I was like, glad you didn't, bro. He was like, I ain't fighting that tall motherfucker. That motherfucker ain't gonna beat my ass and I gotta go get a knife. I said, man, that nigga do look like he can fight, man. I said, those niggas that look like that, those be them niggas that can dunk, man. That's my word. So we going to chow hall. We in the chow hall. We look up. He talking to a dude in the chow hall, like an older dude. This dude look like he probably like 50 something, you know what I mean? He got gray hair and everything. He talking to the dude. And you can tell that he kind of probably explaining what just happened, you know what I mean? He over there jumping like this. He like,
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.